In this training video, I'm going to show you how we do check-ins for our volunteers on a weekend. In the production team, we do check-ins for both the production team and the worship arts team. This training is designed specifically for our production team leads, but I'm posting it so that they can hand it down to apprentices or anyone else who wants to just kind of see the general flow of some of the tasks that we have our production team do. This is here for your information as well. So let's take a quick look. I'm in Planning Center here. This is the services tab as you would expect to see for most of our services, but in the top left corner we can jump over to check-ins. In the check-in section, we've got on the left sidebar various events, and I've highlighted production team and worship arts by putting a star on there. We can get into more detail on that maybe at a later time, but just know that by selecting on your particular event, it'll bring you up to the overview for that. So I can see here from March 17th to March 20th, the check-ins have already happened, and it breaks it down for me so I can see more information about who was serving where. I can create a new check-in, which is what we'll do right now. I'm going to choose check-ins here and add a check-in. From here I can choose my location. So let's say we're going to be at regional. We can also choose a time, and so we're going to make this the evening time on a Thursday evening. You've got an option of regular, guest, or volunteer. We always want to check in our volunteers under the volunteer option, and we can just kind of search through Planning Center for a profile that already exists. If you're serving on that day, your profile should definitely exist. I'm going to use production user, and it will pull in information, and I'm using this because the phone numbers and stuff posted on the web are not real handy if we put a person in there. So production user is just a fictitious user account that we use in the production team, and I want to say we're going to go and check in that one person. Well, now it shows the production user has been added to Thursday on that particular week. You can change to a different week through the toggle here, but it actually should bring you to the specific dates in a range based off of when you're doing the check-in. So that's a real quick overview of how we do a volunteer check-in. I also would want you to check in our worship arts team as well. So if we take a quick look and go back to events, it brings us back to where we can check in worship art volunteers. The process is exactly the same as it was for the production team, and you just essentially need to take account of who has showed up at each service for serving in each of the different ministries. We keep them separated, worship arts separate from production, because when we're accounting for the numbers, it does help us in keeping those metrics divided. But if you have any questions about this process, please leave some comments. I'll be happy to respond and get back to you as soon as I can. Enjoy the other trainings we have on the website as well.